What are you held captive by? Or better yet, what are you holding captive? Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down is an excellent Pedro Almodóvar film about a man who is recently released from the mental hospital and goes on to kidnap a pornographic actress and force her to fall in love with him. It's a lovely romantic comedy. It's a controversial film. In Spain, it was criticized for its depiction of Stockholm Syndrome, of its romanticization of forced relationships. Pedro insists that it's a love story, and I completely agree with him. This is a very good love story as well. In America, it was rated X, later changed to NC-17. Miramax disagreed so much with this decision from the ratings board that Miramax took the ratings board to court and lost. Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down was controversial even before anyone in America first saw it. Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down gives us a kink made up of poetry, a kink given poetic dynamics, and romantic consideration with a comical flavor. Many Almodóvar films contain psychotic ideas about love. Then again, love is mostly a very psychotic concept. In Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, Antonio Banderas plays Ricky, and Victoria Abril plays Marina. Victoria Abril is they're both so fucking good. They have a screwball sort of chemistry with each other. There are parts of this film that feel like a Jean Arthur or a Carol Lombard film. It's delightful, it's dazzling, it's really charming, and it's super kinky. He gives us a melodramatic universe, and I think that the melodramatic universe is highly cinematic, therefore it highly mirrors our own. And I think we need to be tamed from that melodramatic universe and perhaps even undergo some sort of forced detox. And I think all of us can relate to some part of Stockholm Syndrome, maybe not the erotic part of Stockholm Syndrome, but I think we've all been held hostage by an idea or a belief, or even like the fantasy of a woman or the idealized form of a man. Like we've all been held hostage by something that had to tame us into accepting it, into even partly loving it. And yes, this film can be seen as problematic in how it handles its erotic depiction of Stockholm Syndrome, but the film presents us with a psychotic view of the world in general. We begin inside of an insane asylum with Ricky being released. That's our foundation for this film. Ricky kidnaps Karina, ties her to the bed multiple times so we can go make drug runs for her. If you don't understand the captivity of addiction, then I don't know how to relate to you on any sort of level. If you don't understand the psychopathy of love, then I really don't know how to relate to you on any sort of level. If you don't vibe with this film, then I have no idea how to communicate with you as a person. And of course, Pedro Almodóvar being a highly provocative and hypersexual sort of filmmaker, the eroticism in Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down is just as fascinating as anything else. When Ricky and Marina finally make love, and they truly do make love, they fuck, they make love. It is in that scene of eroticism where Marina takes control. Marina holds Ricky's cock hostage inside of her, demanding that he doesn't pull out and doesn't come, all while playfully giggling at him. The chemistry is outrageous. I think this film is kind of hot. I think it's really funny. And I do think it's romantic. Cinephiles are weird motherfuckers. They take things so literally, as if this film is an endorsement of fucking kidnapping porn stars and tying them to your bed until they fall in love with you. Like, no, of course. Why are we being so literal about that? If that's the case, then what does fucking Pulp Fiction endorse? Like what are we doing? Why are we looking at films as romantic endorsements? No, if anything, if this film endorses anything, it's the full realization that the world is a very psychotic world and that the lovers are the greatest psychos of all, but at least they're free. Ricky has to tie her up all those times, and then she feels a sense of liberation through the love that she feels for Ricky. Having to detox herself from being in front of the camera, from being that image, from being objectified by gross directors and weird industry types around her, being objectified by the eyes of the public, and to truly see how Ricky sees her. And if this all sounds problematic, then good. A film challenges us. The horror of that. The film challenges us and is fun about it too. Ricky is an awesome character. He's really cool, really interesting. I think Victoria Abril gives the best performance in the film. Victoria Abril as Marina, just so much there. She's so hot, and she's so emotional. There's a lot of pathos with her. There's a lot of good comedy with her as well, and the melodrama of her performance really hits. Because let's not be so hyper literal about a guy kidnaps porn star and ties her to the bed. We're all held hostage by some sort of addiction, by some sort of fixation, by some sort of obsession, by some sort of desire, by some sort of goal or want. And then over time, we realize that we're the ones holding that thing captive as well, that it's a mutual kink of the human condition. The colors in the film are wonderful, and the music, it's some of the weirdest stuff that Ennio Morricone's ever written, and I really vibed with it. I love seeing Maria Barranco and Rossi de Palma. I love seeing some of the most colorful characters from women on the verge of a nervous breakdown here. I really enjoyed this film. It was confrontational in a kinky way. It was romantic in problematic ways. It's the kind of film that starts a fun discussion. We shouldn't be so serious about this type of movie. I've seen some modern criticism that insists that Almodóvar is a rapey sort of director, and it just reminds me how sexless younger generations of cinephiles are, and perhaps that's partly the reason why Almodóvar is so misunderstood at large right now. He's the best director ever. He's my favorite guy. God forbid we get a sex comedy with a lot of sex and one or two challenging scenes. And the most violated Marina feels in this entire film is certainly when the director, in the first 20 minutes of the film, the director of the film that she's producing at the time, is gawking at her, staring at her, devouring her with his eyeballs. The literal ropes that Ricky tied her up with are nothing compared to the bars of the frame that the industry that she was working within had boxed her inside of. There's a lot of cool stuff to this movie, and you can't simply say it's problematic and then never have to engage with it. You're gonna have to engage with it. If for a second you thought something was hot, ooh, engage with that. Don't run away from that. And if you didn't think some of it was hot, you're a liar. You're an absolute fucking liar. Because some of this shit was ridiculous. Come on, Victoria Abril and Antonio Banderas. Oh my God. Ooh, my bisexual triggers are just firing on all cylinders here. Oh, this movie was fucking sick, dude. Almodóvar's composition was wonderful. I think his depiction of this sort of love was remarkable to interact with. I loved Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. It is certainly an Almodóvar masterpiece. He has so many masterpieces. I love so many of his films, unreasonably so. I think he's so fucking good. And this film, it's got everything. And it used to have its champions too. This used to be one of those beloved films, but younger generations don't know how to fucking handle it. Pussies, man. They don't know how to handle this shit. Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down is a fabulous film that speaks to a culture kink, the kink of culture itself, culture's obsession with love, with filmic love, with over-romanticized love, culture's obsession with control, and love's total and complete conformity to psychotic situations. There's a lot to Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. Fuck yeah, this movie rules. It's the kind of film that makes me love films, you know? I think it's a real treat for the right kind of cinephile. Definitely, definitely, definitely essential. A beautiful, remarkable, totally gorgeous, and I think pretty humorous picture. Highly engaging, highly stimulating, highly effective. A brilliant film. Thank you for watching me. I've been Zach.